everybody. Welcome to Transforming with Sarah. Thank you as always for clicking on today's video. For my subscribers, welcome back and thank you. If you are new here, hello and welcome. I hope you enjoyed today's video and consider hitting that like button, leaving a comment and subscribing. I would love to have you follow along with my ketogenic transformation weight loss journey. These videos specifically are going over a Keto 101 type of breakdown if you are interested in trying keto or just losing weight, want to know what keto is about. That's what these videos are here for. So today I will be kind of going over what I experienced within the first few weeks of doing keto for the very first time. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so real quick, I always like to say that I, of course, am not a healthcare provider, health nutritionist, anything like that. I am just an average Joe who has managed to lose weight with keto. So that being said, who am I if you haven't seen me before? I, at my heaviest, was 308.8 pounds in August of 2018, and by using keto, that first time I actually wound up losing about 50 pounds on keto alone. Now, when I am talking about keto, I am going back to my very first time doing keto in 2018. Like I said, it is slightly different your very first time starting keto versus if you were to do keto, get off of it, and then get back on, because your body already knows. So keto, just real quick again, is a high fat, moderate protein, low carb, no sugar diet. So right off the bat, of course, cutting out all that sugar and cutting down your carbs to, depending, 20 net carbs a day or 20 total carbs a day. I specifically did the 20 total carbs a day, which is what kind of led me into ketovore and then led me into carnivore. But again, you do what works for you. I'm just simply going to be sharing with you what I experienced. Also, just because these are the things that I had happen to my body within the first couple of weeks of keto does not mean it's going to be the exact same for you. I just want to share with you what I experienced, what I felt, and all of that, just so you are ready, or if you've started keto and you want to see if some of this is normal, maybe what you're feeling is what I felt there in the beginning as well. Okay, so I'm going to try and kind of break it down from like the first 3 weeks by week, what happened the first week, what happened the second week, and then what happened the third week, because that's pretty much that transition time once you cut out sugar and cut those carbs down that it takes for your body to finish burning off the last bit of that sugar and then switch into ketosis, which, by the way, is where instead of burning the sugar for energy and carbs, your body is now burning fat for energy. So rather that fat be from food or the fat on your body, yes, you can train your body to burn fat for energy. That's why a lot of people love keto, and it is very successful for a lot of people, myself included. So that transition into keto, the first 3 weeks tends to be the rough one, but honestly, if you can just get past, I would say 2 weeks, that's when you really start feeling better, start seeing results, and then it just makes it totally worth it. So the first week, what I noticed once I was fully on keto eating, I did start to have a lot of digestive issues. I don't know if this is due to like a leaky gut issue or if it was due to more fiber, extra fat. It could be a combination of things, but I do think it is a general rule of thumb that a lot of people who do keto for the first time do experience digestive issues. It is okay. I'll see if I can link a video below. There is some keto doctors who explain the more scientific part of it. It is normal and okay. I did experience a lot of thirst, you guys. I don't know why. I was just so thirsty all the time. My mouth was dry. It was an adjustment. I think there's one day I could have drank like 8 bottles of water and probably still be thirsty. Now, of course, you do want to up your water intake when switching over because your body is kind of eliminating all this extra water weight that it didn't need because you're no longer pulling in all those extra carbs that it didn't need. So when you do cut your carbs, your body holds on to a lot of water for that. So it does expel all the extra water that it no longer needs, which is also what causes thirst. It can cause what they call the keto flu, which is a lot of the other things that I felt on the first week. Rule of thumb, if you are experiencing the keto flu, is to add in healthy salt for electrolytes. So pink Himalayan salt, Redmond's real salt, those are the popular ones. You don't even have to add in a lot. You could literally just add in a small pinch into each cup of water. And that will help you both retain the water, but also replenish your body with those much needed electrolytes that your body was expelling. So I would put some salt in my water. You don't have to do this long term, but it specifically really helps within that first beginning stages while your body is kind of going on a whack and trying to adjust to what's going on. Then the other part of the keto flu is you might feel tired, you might get cramps, achiness, and headaches. They do say that the Himalayan salt also does help with that. You also have to just be gentle and kind with yourself, because a lot of people, myself included, had to cut out, sugar to going into keto. I did have sugar in my coffee. I would have desserts, all these things that you were cutting out and saying that you're not gonna eat. So of course it's going to be a little bit of a rough transition, but I promise if you can just commit to yourself and keto for 3 weeks, you'll definitely see a huge change. You'll feel better. You'll see weight come off. It's definitely worth it. Also, in my first week of going keto, my appetite dropped drastically. And it's not that I was trying to starve myself. It was just that, we would sit down for 3 meals a day. And, half the time I'd kind of sit there, I would make a big plate and then think, am I really that hungry? Or I would get like a few bites in or a quarter of the way in and just be like, I'm full. And so I would save it for later because I didn't see the point in forcing myself to eat, which I personally believe, especially now, that you really should just hone in on what your body is saying and listen. It takes a lot of practice. I'm still working on it. I have a long way to go, you guys, but by listening to your body on if you're thirsty or hungry, tired, these are all cues that tell you a story that will help you to get healthy. So that first week, my appetite was like drastically lower than normal. But I just continued to push water and eat when I could. I did up my vegetables and fat as well, because fat will help satiate you so you don't get hungry as often. But yes, on the flip side, sometimes that extra fat will also upset your digestive. So it's kind of a tight rope walk to do that first week to figure out that perfect ratio of fat, fiber. But just know that your body is adjusting to all this. It's going to get better. Okay. So moving into my second week, I would say it was still rough. The first week's usually the roughest. Second is where it starts to get a little better, but you still experience those issues. I still had headaches, thirst, digestive. For me, again, I don't know if it was leaky gut or whatnot. I still get that occasionally, even on my current carnivore diet. That could be due to a couple of things. So some people will have it for a while. Some people will only have it for a week. It's going to be different for everyone. But it definitely is a sign of your body healing, getting rid of that bad bacteria in your gut, leaky gut, and healing itself. So it's good. Just write it out. It will get better. You can take medication for it, but really just try to tough it out. It will get better. I promise. Now, I want to say it was around 2.5 weeks into keto that I really started getting a boost of energy. Like, I was tired before, and then there'd be some days where all of a sudden it was just like, bam, I would be so excited, so hyper. I felt like I could just get out and go run a mile, which me running, especially at that 300 pounds, not a good idea. But I would just be sitting there and I would like feel this need that I needed to move, needed to go, needed to do something. And it was just crazy. I got this boost of energy out of nowhere and I had never experienced it. I didn't know what was going on. It felt so weird to just want to go out for a walk, want to go clean or do something just to get my body moving, because sitting there on the couch or on the chair like I usually did, I would just be like bouncing up and down wanting to do something. So about the 2.5 week mark is where I got that huge boost of energy. And then sometimes it would just kind of fluctuate there for a little bit. And then it would just kind of fluctuate from there. Sometimes I'd be tired, and then sometimes I would have endless energy, which is a perfect time to go out for a walk. Just move your body, fresh air. It definitely helps. And then really kind of wrapping it up into that third week, it was pretty much all getting stable by then. By the third week, I noticed my appetite did go up. I wasn't really having headaches. My energy picked up and stayed more stable at that higher energy level. I didn't really have like the achiness or all that. By then, I really was excited to just get out and do daily walks. Honestly, I think that's best if you can do that. Walk around, an apartment complex or your neighborhood, or just move a little bit. You don't have to go crazy, but just get up and move some. It definitely will help your body while everything else is going on. You don't have to go crazy. Take it easy, because like I said, so much is going on internally. So just go for a nice, simple, easy walk. Now, within the first couple of weeks, I would suggest go ahead and try and log your food. That way, if you're not experienced with being able to look at a plate and kind of figure out like the whole macros, protein, fat situation, you can kind of start getting that general idea and just keep an eye out on it. With keto, of course, you do want to aim to have 75% of your diet from fat, healthy fat like coconut oil, avocado oil, bacon, grease, even butter, grass-fed, grass-finished. And then you will want about 20% of your diet to come from protein, meat, fish, all that jazz. And then that very last 5% would be from carbs. Yes, you do get carbs from vegetables, so that's why it is good to track it. I have been using Carb Manager. Before that, I used Fitbit. They had their own where you can log food, scan barcodes. I'll link all that information below for you guys. Of course, Carb Manager is free, so I definitely recommend to go ahead and log for the first couple of weeks so you can start kind of figuring out the whole macros, what it looks like. If you can get a food scale, I would suggest that. I think I got about like an $8 or $10 one off of Amazon. I'll link that one below, but really any food scale will help. That way you can just kind of get that better idea while you're learning and getting into keto, and then later on you can cut it out if you want. But yeah, that's pretty much in a nutshell what happened to me within the first 3 weeks. The first one was the worst with the keto flu, headaches, digestive issues. But other than that, it did start to get better into the 2 and definitely 3 week range. Like I said, just try to give yourself that 3 weeks, stay committed to keto. I saw a lot of weight lost within that first week, and then it did actually continue into the second and third week as well. So that's pretty much my first couple of weeks that I experienced on keto. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Next week's video will be going over keto substitutions, because I know once you go to keto, you feel like, oh man, I'm losing out on all these foods that I'd love, and I'm here to tell you that you don't have to. So next week I will be going over even some of the recipes I've created, some of the recipes that I've found. That way you don't have to feel like you're losing out while trying to lose weight, get healthy. Let's do this. Let's get into keto. We can lose weight, get there. This can be our year, our time. Keto has brought me so much health benefits, energy, all these things that have absolutely been amazing. I am currently 41 pounds into my weight loss journey and continuing on strong. I'm just here to share with you guys what's been working for me, because I want to see other people feel as amazing and losing weight and being healthy while I'm also working to be healthy. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. I'd love to have you follow along. So until next time, you guys, remember to stay strong, stay positive, and you've got this. Bye, everybody.